What's up, video game junkies? Welcome to Video Game Tattoos number 12. I wait so long to do these, so it's hard to tell. Finally have a new setup, as you can see. What do you think? Good? Beautiful? No? Didn't think so. For the Video Game Tattoos, this is the first episode that I've ever written a script, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit more enjoyable for you guys. I want to go with a theme for this Video Game Tattoo setup. Most of the tattoos that I'm going to show you today were sent in by you, and I have a huge majority of controller tattoos. So I figured let's make the theme controllers. Let's talk about video game tattoos that are controllers. Now, controllers are a huge essential part to gaming, if you ask me. I know we're in this new generation where they want to get rid of the controller for some reason. Xbox, on. If you want Xbox, on. I could just go turn it on. It's not that hard. Whatever. I think if they wanted to change controllers, they should have went more in this direction. Great, big, comfy controller, firms perfectly to your hands. And now I've just given women another reason to hate guy gamers. But I feel like we can all agree that nothing really beats the comfort of a controller. For example, I always felt the Super Nintendo controller was indestructible. Oh! Piece of little Decepticon. Hey, dude, what did he ever do to you? You're the one that sucks. You probably broke it. What? No. Yeah, see? It's fine. It's fine. You're stupid. Just gonna play some more. You're dumb. This controller's broke. Just my thoughts. The tattoo I'm going to show you right here was submitted by Always Tim with 2 eyes. That's how he spelled it. I don't know if it was really 2 eyes or 1 eye. This is your tattoo. You can comment down below and I'll even link your YouTube page. This is his tattoo, so bang, right there. I can honestly say that my fondest memories with the Super Nintendo would have to be playing Zelda: A Link to the Past. But with this tattoo, I'd like to see more added to it. I feel like the Triforce here, it gives the idea that there was meant to be more to this tattoo, like a collage of sorts. And with just the Triforce and the controller, it seems a bit bare, like there's supposed to be more. What do you guys think? Really, it is a great tattoo, and I think it looks excellent. I just feel like maybe there should have been more to it. But this is definitely a great way to show your love for the Super Nintendo without being too overly creepy. Next is Sega. Now, Sega had some great controllers. I don't think Genesis is by far the greatest controller. It definitely lacked buttons if you wanted to play fighting games. But the D-pad on the Genesis was excellent. The D-pad allowed for more movements in the kind of northeast, is northeast, never eat soggy waffles, southwest, no wait, never eat, no, the east, southeast, whatever. It went in more direction than up, down, left, right. That's one reason that I did love the Genesis controller though. I think for Sega, Dreamcast had the best controller. It did lack the second analog, and it was the first controller to have a screen on the controller. And not to mention, if you put the Xbox 360 controller right next to a Dreamcast controller, it really feels like they ripped off that idea. Oh, and the Dreamcast controller, it also doubled as a spaceship if you held it upside down. Bang! Bang! I'm winning. You're not winning. You're not cool. Seems stupid. No? Okay, I thought so. Let's just show you the next tattoo. Boom. Sega. Hell yes. You can't go wrong there, can you? Though, is a Genesis controller and a bed of roses less creepy than sleeping with a Super Nintendo? I mean, what is she even trying to say here? The Genesis smells like roses? And why is the start button bleeding? Maybe on the 3rd day, God created vegetation and Sega Genesis controllers. Ah, now I see why they call it Genesis, a Bible reference. Maybe I'll just go with the simple answer for it. It looks pretty. The Sega logo and the D-pad looks a little off balance, but overall, this is a badass tattoo. Let alone girls with video game tattoos are like 25% sexier than if they were on a dude. I mean, I can even back this up with more evidence. maybe I went too far with those last two, didn't I? But I did prove my point, right? Now I'd say the NES controller and the Atari controller were the first controllers I ever used, and I definitely have fond memories of them, mainly with the Nintendo controller. I am a Sega fan, but it all started with Nintendo and Atari. I wasn't much of a fan of Zelda during that time because seriously, what 4-year-old knows how to get around Hyrule? Especially when I had Super Mario Bros. 2. Even though later in life, I found out that was an insult to us Americans because supposedly we couldn't handle the real Super Mario Bros. 2 because it was too difficult. So thank you Miyamoto for giving us a ripped-off game and telling us we couldn't handle the lost levels. Because, well actually I can, that's a really hard game. So I guess your point's correct. But I also have to say thanks for that game because who doesn't love a little Birdo and Shy Guy? I don't know what just happened. And all of that mayhem that I just said actually leads into the next tattoo. See, I told you I'm not good at writing a script. But anyways, here's the next tattoo. Bam. Now this one here was sent to me by Chris Welch, I believe, name. And again, if this is your tattoo, let me know down below and I'll link you. I actually want to do this exact idea with a Genesis controller on my forearm, covering up this tattoo and then having it go into my vein, the wire. I mean, I do bleed Sega anyway, so why not? I mean, despite their financial issues and the lack of outstanding good video games in the past few years, well, of course there are the good ones like Bayonetta and Sonic, sometimes? Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. My main issue with this tattoo is the Master Sword. If you're a fan of Nintendo and you were trying to pay a tribute to that, the Master Sword would have looked more like this during that time. Or this. Or that, you know. It wasn't until technically Link to the Past that they started to establish the way that the Master Sword would always look and continue on. So, does the tattoo imply that the new Master Sword from Ocarina of Time totally just pwns the hell out of a NES controller? Well, I guess we can find out if the Master Sword can pwn a Nintendo controller. Just put the bad boy on the ground here. Grab this right here. This is probably very stupid and childish. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go straight into it. How do I keep missing it? You want to try? Okay, as you can see here, bent the tip of my Master Sword. That's what she said. And controller barely took a hit. So we learned your tattoo is a lie, sir, and the Master Sword can't pwn the original Nintendo controller. There's the truth. I'm sorry, I'm just being a dick. Honestly, this is an excellent video game controller tattoo. It really is. Plus, our fondest memories of Nintendo either go back to Zelda or Mario. And this pays a great tribute to two of the greatest things in the world, Zelda and Nintendo. After Sega. Yeah. I got one final controller tattoo thingy to show you. Some may like it, but I really don't. So I'll just show you. I mean, come on. The ink's faded. The lines are jagged. The placement and the general scheme, I mean, it seems off. And why on your back? Maybe you could trick your boyfriend into giving you a back massage because he thinks it's a video game? I mean, really, why? Or if she's getting it from behind, actually, let's not go there. Let's keep this PG-13. I'll just let your imagination run wild on why a girl would want a video game controller on her back. Why? And it's not even the full controller. And I probably won't get her to comment down below and say that was her tattoo, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. I think if the lines were a little bit cleaner and it was colored a little bit so it showed shading and depth, I think it would look a little bit cooler because it would look like the buttons were coming out of her back. Or if it was just a PlayStation controller. But this in itself, I mean, it's just boring. Sorry. You guys probably all like it, don't you? Never mind. Okay, really, that's all I got. If you guys have video game tattoos, I still have some in my inbox that I will eventually show, but if you got tattoos, resend them to me or send them to me. My email is trevorclark@gmail.com. Make sure you get an A in there because otherwise it won't come to me. Yeah, so I love video game tattoos, so definitely send them to me. Everyone gets a bad tattoo from time to time, so who cares? Let's make fun of you. See, everyone gets a bad tattoo. It's not even even, it's not clean. So hey, you make fun of my tattoos, I'll make fun of yours. this video has gone on for too long, and I'm gonna end it. I hate that. Shut your mouth, woman! Do you hear that? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the new scripted version of my show. Hopefully that's a lot better. And if it is a lot more structured and people like it, I'll continue to do the shows in this way and try to make them a little bit more enjoyable. Screaming children. Stop it. I hope you fall on your face. Fall. Fall. Didn't work. Shut your mouth. Anyways, shut your mouth. I'm gonna go punch a kid. So, love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Trevor Clark has had his say to help you find good games to play. Game reviews, tattoos, and news. Pwning noobs you'll never lose with Trevor.